Welcome into a very special edition of Illinois Tech Baseball this evening. We're at Wright Field, home of the Chicago White Sox, as the Scarlet Hawks will take on the University of Chicago Maroons in the South Side Showdown. Good evening. My name's Aaron Schellen, and for the 120th time, the Scarlet Hawks and the Maroons will do battle here this evening. Scarlet Hawks 71-46-2 all-time against the University of Chicago Maroons. They won the first ever meeting between these two teams back in 1941, 84 years ago, a 9-5 victory, and they were 17-10 winners last season in a wild one here at Wright Field. But this year, University of Chicago ranked in the top 25, a bit of a different club this year, 23-11 on the season, 25th team in the nation, while Illinois Tech comes in 10-20 and looking to play the part of spoiler here a little bit against the Maroons. Getting the starting nod for the Scarlet Hawks tonight is the freshman Carson Weiss, and a freshman taking the mound here at Wright Field. Carson 1-3 on the year. He's had his ups and downs. First batter he'll face is Buck Olson, and Buck will take the first pitch over for a strike at 6 p.m. on the nose. Last time out for Carson was against MSOE back on the 11th. 4 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 7 earned runs for Carson. And he'll face Buck Olson leading things off here. Olson hits it to third. The low throw, the pick by Paxton. Olson's the first out here in the first inning. Let's take a look at that University of Chicago lineup. 23-11 for the Maroons last season. This is a team last year that went 19-24, 23-11 nationally ranked. Buck Olson, the designated hitter, was the leadoff man. This is Nathan Bay, the third baseman, and the first pitch to Nathan is a fastball in for a strike. Michael Gladden will get the start out in left field today, batting third. Cleanup hitter is the freshman Max Wiesner. Jackson Slipok out in right field here, starting this one off, batting fifth. The shortstop Jack Goldstein will bat sixth. Brady Miller is the second baseman, hitting seventh. Matthew Wills does the catching, batting eighth, and Richard Liu out in center field, batting ninth. For the Maroons, who got in about 4 a.m. this morning. They were playing down in Atlanta versus Emory, so a bit of a different look lineup here for the Maroons than what most UChicago fans are used to. It's fouled out of play. 1-2 here on Nathan Bay. Bay comes in hitting .239 on the year. He's 17 for 71 on the year. Has a home run and 10 driven in. 1-2 fastball missing away. 2-2 on Bay. Maroons 23-11. Illinois Tech 10-20 on the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes now from the freshman. Weiss is a little low below the knees. Count goes full, 3-0. Give you the defensive alignment after this payoff pitch from Weiss to Bay. Payoff pitch from Carson. In the dirt, ball 4. Bay will draw a 1-out walk here in inning number 1. So defensive alignment for Illinois Tech here on the infield. Mason Kim gets the start down at third. Matt Bovey will get the start at shortstop here. Jack Fryer still not in the lineup. Alec Weidman over at second. Michael Paxton at first. In the outfield, Luke Yaknin, Tyler Gutzfeld, Timmy Old out and right with Lucas Wan doing the catching for Carson Weiss. And this is Michael Gladden, the left fielder. Gladden .331 on the year. He's got 3 home runs and 29 knocked in. These two teams played earlier this year. It was a 10-4 Maroons victory. This is chopped to third. That's a foul ball. In that game, Gladden 3 for 5 with 5 runs driven in. That was a 10-4 Maroons victory. 10 runs, 14 hits for the University of Chicago. 4-7-2 for the Scarlet Hawks. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Carson Weiss to Michael Gladden. The fastball sliced foul, 1-2. Bay down at first. Hasn't attempted a stolen base this year. It's a couple of teams that like to run and do it fairly successfully. Maroons this year, 77 steals and 86 attempts. Close to a 90% success rate. It's 1-2 here on Gladden. Weiss comes set. The pitch home is lined into right center field. That'll get down for extra bases. Backhanded out there by Gutsfeld. Ooh, would be held to a single. Good defensive play by Guts out in center field, holding Gladden to a long single. But the Maroons threaten here in the first. Runners at the corners, 1 out for the freshman Max Wiesner. Wiesner, 298 hitter. Leads the Maroons in home runs and RBI. He's got 4 home runs and 44 runs driven in 34 games. 1 strike. Weiss comes home. The runner takes off again. It's fouled straight back again. We'll try it for a third time here. We'll see if Gladden takes off again. Mike hasn't been caught this year. He's 15 for 15 in stolen base attempts. Lucas Wan behind home plate with a very, very good throwing arm, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. He'll step off. There's a disengagement for Carson. Weiss checks on Gladden at first. The low set. Throw over first, and he has Gladden picked off and just in ahead of the tag. Gladden was leaning. Paxton not able to get that tag down on his head in time, and Gladden is safe by an inch. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top 1. Meeting 120 between the Maroons and the Scarlet Hawks. Gladden takes off. The 1-2 swung on and missed. The throw down by Juan is cut off there by Weedman, trying to keep Nathan Bay at third base. So it's stolen base 16 for Gladden. Wiesner goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Weiss. Now there's 2 outs, 2 in scoring position for Jackson Slipok. Slipok, the right fielder at 263, 3 home runs, 32 knocked in. He rebounded nicely, had a really tough series against Case Western at home, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. 0 for 17 against the Titans in that 4-game series. But back on the road against Emory, had 7 hits and 16 at-bats, including 8 runs scored. So whatever mini slump he was in against Case Western, he busted out of in a big way against Emory, and he's got 2 on with 2 outs here in the first. Fastball missing away, 1-1. Here on Slipok. And Bay at third, Gladden at second. 2 outs, top 1. Weiss is ready. Comes home with the 1-1. That's slapped foul. Carson, the freshman out of San Diego, California, stands 6'2", 180 pounds. It's about the 3rd or 4th time I've seen Carson pitch this year, and there's been some good, and there's been some not so good, which is what you expect out of a freshman. The 1-2 fastball challenging Slipok high. Jackson gets a piece of it. Seen him a couple of times in relief, closing out games, and he's looked lights out in those instances. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Weiss just 1 strike away from wriggling off the hook here in the first. Comes home with the 1-2. Breaking ball slapped off the glove of Paxton into right field. That will score a pair. It's a 2-run single to right for Jackson Slipok, and Weiss not able to get off the hook as the Maroons played a couple here in the top of the first inning. Michael Paxton stands 6'2". If he's 6'3", he probably catches that ball right off the top of his glove. Bay comes in to score. Gladden comes in to score, and the Maroons are up 2-0. Now Jack Goldstein, the starting shortstop. He'll take the first pitch high. Jack just 8 for 35 this year. Was 1 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts in Game 1, I guess, between these teams back a couple of weeks ago as Slipok dances off first and Weiss looks him back. Jackson 10 for 10 this year in stolen bases. Pitch misses a little up. A little unlucky there for Carson here in the first. A line drive off the bat of Slipok, and it looked like Paxton may have had it, but looked like he was going to have it right off the bat, but just off the tip of his glove. 2-0 throw over. Slap tag back in safely is Slipok. Couple of runs on a couple of hits here in the first. Another throw and a couple of good moves from Carson here in the first inning. Normally you see those lefties with those quick moves over, but Weiss 2-3 times here in the first showing a good move over to first base. 2 balls, no strikes on Goldstein. Brady Miller due to hit next. Weiss is set. And the 2-0. Chopped to the right side, played there by Weidman. Alec goes the short way to Bovee at second to retire Slipok. But a 2-out RBI for Jackson Slipok gives the Maroons a 2-0 lead here after half an inning. Back here in the bottom of the first, the starting pitcher for the 25th ranked UChicago Maroons is the long, lean righty out of St. Louis, Missouri. This is John Butka. John, 6'4", 175 pounds. He's making his first start of the season after 10 relief appearances. 0-3 with a 4.32 ERA. Got last weekend off against Emory. He got used pretty heavily against Case Western. That hit pretty hard, 3 2/3 innings in the series against the Titans. Gave up 9 hits and 5 runs in a couple of outings. But before that, he was lights out for the Maroons in his first 8 appearances. And this is the lineup he'll face for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks here tonight, looking to play spoiler against this UChicago club. Batting leadoff is the center fielder, Tyler Gutsfeld. Batting second, playing first, Michael Paxton. Guts fouls first pitch back. Luke Yachten bats third out and left. Lucas Wan will do the catching and is the cleanup hitter. The designated hitter, Philip Bentz, bats fifth. Matt Bovee is the shortstop, hitting sixth. The right fielder, Timmy Old, bats seventh. Mason Kim hits eighth and plays third. And Alec Weidman is the second baseman, batting ninth. So Guts on the year, 365, 10 home runs, 28 runs knocked in. Both those home runs and RBIs are team highs for Tyler, and he continues to put together just a fantastic portfolio here at Illinois Tech at the plate. Freshman year, 357 with 9 home runs. Sophomore year, 371 with 12 home runs. This year as a junior, 365 with 10 home runs, and he grounds this one back up the box. So Gutsfeld leads off the top of the first with a single to center field. Gutsfeld for his Illinois Tech career, 364 hitter, 31 home runs, and 107 RBI in 104 games. That'll play, as they say. Now the first baseman, Michael Paxton. Pax has a lofty batting average this year, 379, but the power way down for Michael this season. Just 4 home runs for the senior out of Simi Valley, California. 4 home runs, 13 RBI for Pax so far this season. Hit 15 bombs a year ago to go along with a 374 average. This was an Illinois Tech lineup last year that was scary good, 1 through about 6. They've struggled this year, though. Gutsfeld, the throwback. Tyler, 8 for 8 this year in stolen bases. I mentioned both teams run a lot. 67 steals and 81 attempts for the Scarlet Hawks. Ball misses away. 2-1 here to Paxton. Michael was 1 for 4. A couple of strikeouts and a run in that 10-4 loss. But last year against UChicago, he had a home run. Put that feather in your cap, a home run here at right field. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes with Gutsfeld at first. Nobody out, bottom 1. Butka comes home. Pitch is a little low, 3-2. Scarlet Hawks trying to get on the scoreboard here after giving up a couple of runs in the top of the first. Throw over, and Gutsfeld is just back in. We've got a lot of close plays at first base already here through an inning plus, half an inning plus. Payoff pitch from Butka to Paxton is launched to center. Richard Liu races back. He's on the track. He's at the wall, and he makes the catch just to the right of the 400-foot sign out there in straightaway center field. So Paxton gave it a ride, but it stayed in the ballpark. Liu makes the catch. 1 out for Luke Yaknin now. Luke, 265, has a home run, 8 knocked in. Sophomore from Riverside. Slaps the first pitch he sees foul to the right and out of play. 0-1 on Luke. The 0-1 is hit up the middle under the glove of Jack Goldstein into center field. So a couple of singles here in the first inning for the Scarlet Hawks. We'll put 2 on with 1 out. For the catcher, Lucas Wan.
Now batting for the Hawks, the catcher, number 18, Lucas Wan.
Lucas hitting 266 this year. Still looking for his first home run. 3 runs knocked in for Wan, the senior out of Western Springs, Illinois. First pitch over for a strike. Batting average has gone up every single year he has played here for Illinois Tech. Was 091 as a freshman, 200 as a sophomore, 255 last year as a junior, 266 this season as a senior. He'll square to bunt, push it right back to Butka. Butka will take the play at first. Go in the books as a sack bunt for Wan, moving Gutsfeld to third and Yaknin to second. And now Philip Bentz. Bentz with an opportunity to get this game tied. I was watching Bentz when Eric Willowhite was announcing the starting lineups here today, and he was taking his time walking out to that third baseline, and he was just sort of looking around, looking up at the stands and looking up at the scoreboard and just sort of taking it all in. This is a very cool opportunity for these players. It's something they get to do every year and be able to say, I played on a big league field. Bentz at an even 300 this year. No home runs, 7 RBI, but he's got an RBI situation here. Gutsfeld at third, Yaknin at second, 2 away in the first. They each singled, advanced on the sack bunt by Wan. It's grounded to the right side, played over there by Miller, and they'll get it over to first in time to retire Bentz. So the Scarlet Hawks strand a couple of runners in scoring position. We're through 1, 2-0 Maroons. New pitcher as we go to the top of the second here for Illinois Tech. Carson Weiss out. Austin Schnurr in. Schnurr 6'2", 200-pound lefty out of Dallas, Texas. Will make an appearance here for the Scarlet Hawks in inning number 2. Carson pitched an inning, gave up a couple hits, couple runs, walked one, struck out one. And he'll turn it over to Schnurr, who's 2-0 on the year. 12 2/3 innings for Austin, 16 hits, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks. And you got a kind of a tour of where we're sitting here at right field, and I think you might have gotten a close-up of Eric Willowhite on the way in, and want to bring the camera a little bit closer to the field for you. First pitch fastball from Schnurr to Brady Miller is upstairs, ball 1. Brady, the second baseman, hitting north of 300 on the year, 305 average for Miller with no home runs and 14 driven in. Up and in on the junior from Southlake. We got a battle of Texas here between Schnurr and Miller. Dallas versus Southlake. I don't have any idea how close those two places are to each other, but they're both in Texas. It's 2 balls, 1 strike here on Miller. It would be Miller, then Matthew Wills, and Richard Liu, 7, 8, 9 here in inning number 2. 2-1 high, 3-1. And you got to hang with us. There will be a lot of substitutions in this game, so we will do our best to catch them all as they happen. First one is Schnurr for Weiss here leading off the second. And Miller gets hit in that front leg. Would have been ball 4 anyway, but it'll take the hit by pitch off the front leg. Leadoff man on here in the second inning. Now Matthew Wills, the catcher. Eric Ridner not getting the start here in this one. Wills 3 for 8 this season. Eric, the everyday catcher for the Maroons. Wills fouls the first pitch off to the right and out of play. Matthew, a senior from Ellicott City, Maryland, standing in the right-hand batter's box. We'll look at an 0-1 pitch. Miller over at first. Schnurr takes a look at him. There goes Miller. The throw down from Juan is not in time. Brady Miller has himself a stolen base here with nobody out in the second inning. For Brady, that's number 13 in 13 attempts this season. He's at second now with nobody out and an 0-2 count on Wills. 2-run single in the first off the bat of Jackson Slipock. Gave his team a 2-0 lead. Schnurr is set. Bounces on that front right leg. The 0-2. Late break down and in, 1-2. Schnurr again. That's foul. It's hit in front of the plate. Schnurr with the throw over to first and played over there low by Paxton. Miller goes into third, so it's an a ground out from Matthew Wills that will move the runner to third base with 1 away here in the second inning. Now Richard Liu, the center fielder. Richard, normally the everyday right fielder for the Maroons, getting the start here in center as Braden Jerovic not getting the start tonight. Liu 216 on the year. Tops the first pitch foul back by me. 0-1 on Liu. 216 for Richard. No home runs, 14 driven in. Very, very good defensive right fielder, Richard Liu. It's an RBI situation here, though, with Miller at third and 1 out. The 0-1 from Schnurr. Down and in, 1-1. Good block there by Juan. Runner at third. 1 out in the second. Maroons with a 2-0 lead. Looking for win number 24 on the season. Fastball up. Currently in second place in UAA play behind Case Western. Case Western, it's their division to win at this point. University of Chicago looking for an at-large bid into that NCAA tournament. So win today would help them in that cause. A loss obviously would hurt them, and Illinois Tech wants to help them with that loss as that pitch misses upstairs. 3-1 on Lou. Looks like we already have a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. That looks like Josh Payton. The righty looks like he'll hit for Buck Olson here in the second. 3-1 to Lou. Downstairs, ball 4. Lou draws a walk. First walk issued by Austin. That will bring up Josh Payton. Olson grounded to third starting off the game. Payton at 257, 9 home runs. Or excuse me, no home runs. 9 for 35, no home runs. 4 runs knocked in. We got some action in the Illinois Tech bullpen, and it looks like that's going to be it for Austin Schnurr. So Austin goes a third of an inning, and the Scarlet Hawks will go to their third pitcher of the evening. Pitcher number 3 for the Scarlet Hawks here in the second inning is the righty Gabe Kotwasinski. Gabe 1-0 on the year. This is his 10th appearance of the season, a sub-5 earned run average for Gabe. 11 innings of work, 6 earned runs, 8 walks, 8 strikeouts. And he'll face Josh Payton here with 2 on and 1 out in the second inning. So it was Carson Weiss for an inning. Austin Schnurr faced 3 batters, hit a batter, walked a batter, got a ground out. And now we'll turn it over to Kotwasinski to face Josh Payton as he finishes his warm-up tosses. It's 2-0. University of Chicago here, top 2 in the 120th meeting between these two squads. May 24th, 1941 was the first time the Maroons and the Scarlet Hawks faced off. The Scarlet Hawks won that one 9-5. They lead the season, the all-time series rather, 71-46-2. 71 wins, 46 losses, a couple of ties. And it'll be Kotwasinski and Josh Payton here with 2 on, 1 out in inning number 2. Mentioned there are going to be a lot of substitutions in this game, so we will call them out as we see them. Kotwasinski, 6'3", 233-pound freshman out of Cicero. As Lou steals the bag without a throw from Juan, keeping Miller at third base. And the throw back in, and Lou got caught off the bag there a little bit. I think he thought that Miller was going, and a bit of confusion there, but Lou's into second base with a stolen base. So second and third, 1 out now for Payton. 257 hitter for Josh. Redshirt junior out of Monterey, California, takes the first pitch. The second pitch from Kotwazinski, up and away, 2-0. Nathan Bay in the on-deck circle. It's 55 degrees and cloudy when the game started, but we got some blue sky overhead right now. I don't know if the sun's going to peek out here a little bit before the game, before we end tonight, but swing and a miss, 2-1. Wind blowing out to left and left center field at about 15 to 20. 2-1 from Kotwazinski. A little low, 3-1. Freshman bouncing on that left foot. Brings home the 3-1. Fastball lined into center field. That'll drop down in front of Gutsfeld for a base hit. The throw in from Guts, and back into third goes Lou. Nice throw from Gutsfeld out in center field, but it's an RBI single for Josh Payton here in the second inning. He'll go down to second on the throw. Miller will come in to score. That run is charged to Austin Schnurr, so it's 3-0. UChicago here. Now Nathan Bay. He walked and scored in the first. Lou at third, Payton at second. Blocked in the dirt nicely by Juan. Three runs on 3 hits here early for UChicago. The 1-0. Skied into shallow left center field. Luke Yaknin over. Luke will make the catch. The runner will tag the throw to the middle of the infield, and in safely standing up is Richard Liu on the sac fly to center from Nathan Bay, driving in a run, and it's 4-0 Maroons here in the second. Now Gladden. Gladden singled to center his first time up. Some more action down in the Illinois Tech bullpen. Looks like some right-handed action down there. First pitch to Gladden is low for a ball, 1-0. Good season for Mike, 331 for the junior from River Forest. Another ball low. That hit in the first inning gave him a 9-game hit streak. It hits in all 4 games against Case Western. Hits in all 4 games against Emory, including 3 multi-hit games against Emory. He was 10 for 16 against Emory in that 4-game series. A lot of runs were scored by the Maroons in that 4-game set. In the dirt, 3-0. Couple of runs in the first, couple of runs in the second. The 25th ranked Maroons, they're up 4-0 with 2 outs, here in inning 2. Kotwazinski trying to keep Payton at second. He's gone 3-0 on Gladden. Fastball right down Broadway, 3-1. If Gladden reaches, Max Wiesner with hits. Gabe that low set. The righty comes home. Ball 4. First walk from Kotwazinski, the third from Illinois Tech pitchers here so far through an inning and 2/3. So Carson Weiss pitched an inning, gave up a couple of hits, couple of runs. He walked a batter, struck out a batter. Austin Schnurr, a third of an inning. Hit a batter, walked a batter. Both of his runs came in to score, and now it's Max Wiesner with runners at first and second against Gabe Kotwazinski. Breaking ball dropped over, strike one. Max struck out in the first. Josh Payton at second, Michael Gladden at first. This ball low and away, 2-0. 2-1 rather, excuse me. Oh, 1-1. That first pitch must have been called a strike. Scoreboard says a 1-1 here. There's a fastball that Wiesner swings through, 1-2. For Gabe, that was his 13th pitch, only his fifth strike. Trying to get out of this, stranding a couple. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kotwasinski to Wiesner. Pitch to Wiesner is in there, called strike 3. Max didn't like it, but he goes down looking to end the second inning with 2 more come across for the Maroons. An inning and a half in the books. University of Chicago 4, Illinois Tech 0. Bottom 2, Scarlet Hawks down 4-0. Couple of runs in each of the first 2 innings for the University of Chicago. And it'll be Matt Bovee trying to lead things off and get on base here for the Scarlet Hawks in the second against John Butka. Matt this year, 222, no home runs, 6 driven in. Fouls the first pitch off at the plate. 0-1 on Bovee. Matt always rocking the killer stash. No balls, 1 strike on the Scarlet Hawks shortstop. Fastball up and in, 1-1. John Butka gave up a couple of hits in that first inning, but was able to strand both runners in scoring position. 1-1 to Bovee. Matt pops it up. Goldstein back. Michael Gladden in. Gladden will call him off and make the catch out in shallow left. 1 away in the second for Timmy Old, the right fielder. Timmy just 5 for 31 at the plate this year. Has a couple of doubles. Old, the senior from Columbus, Ohio. Takes ball 1. That's inside for a ball, 2-0. Close pitch from Butka called the ball. Out straight back, 2 balls, 1 strike on the Scarlet Hawk right fielder. Dropped in for a strike there, 2-2. Timmy played in the game earlier this season as a pinch runner. Didn't get a chance to hit. push this one foul. Last year, these two teams played to a 17-10 final, a game that was won by the Scarlet Hawks as Timmy Hold is tied up, and there's the first strikeout of the game for Butka. 2 outs here in the second inning. It was last year's game was 8-7. Illinois Tech going into the 8th, but Scarlet Hawks scored 3 in the 8th, 6 in the 9th. They scored 17 runs on just 9 hits. First pitch to Mason Kim is a strike, 0-1. Maroons last year walked 13 batters to go along with those 9 hits. They also hit 6 batters. So quick math, 13, 9, and 6. That's 28 base runners for Illinois Tech a year ago. 17 of them touched home plate. They won 17-10. It's 1-2 here on Mason Kim. This is just the 7th at bat of the season for Mason. He's 0 for 6. Strikes. Butka comes home. Fastball. Jammed him. Kim fouls it back. Mason, the senior from Culver City, California. A year ago at 57 at-bats and 18 runs knocked in. Ball's grounded to short. Goldstein bobbles it. He won't have a play. Kim will beat it out on the E6. Yeah, Mason a year ago was 13 for 57 at the plate. That's just a .228 batting average, but he drove in 18 runs in 57 at-bats. So when he had an opportunity to produce, he did. And that would be the second baseman, Alec Weidman. Alec just 1 for 2 on the season, getting the start at second base here today.
You're the official scorer, but I thought it was
1 ball, no strikes. Kim at first with 2 outs. Pop to center. Richard Liu will race in, and Liu makes the catch thigh high to retire Weidman and set Illinois Tech down here in the second. No runs, no hits, an error, a runner left on. 2 full here at right field. University of Chicago is up 4-0. Top 3 here at right field, home of the Chicago White Sox, the 120th all-time meeting between Illinois Tech and the University of Chicago. Right now, the Maroons up 4-0. Couple of runs in the first, couple of runs in the second. And Gabriel Kotwasinski is back out there. He pitched 2/3 of an inning in that second inning, gave up a hit, a walk, struck out a batter, and he'll face Jackson Slipok leading things off here in the third. First pitch to Slipok misses high and away. Jackson had a 2-run single in the first that went off the glove of Michael Paxton in right field. Looked like Paxton was going to make the grab. Instead, it ended up behind him for a 2-run single. The 1-0. Gabe gets Slipok to swing over the top of it, 1-1. Wazinski home. Took a little off at 1-2. One and two. The pitch home is popped up on the right side. Paxton calls everybody off. Michael makes the grab, 1 up, 1 down here in the third inning. Now Jack Goldstein, the shortstop.
Shortstop, number 13, Jack Goldstein.
Goldstein ended the first, grounded into a fielder's choice. He's up with nobody on and 1 out here in the third inning. Gabe brings the first pitch in. Goldstein behind it, fouls it off to the right and out of play. 0-1. Good crowd here at right field tonight. The Illinois Tech fans to my left, UChicago fans to my right. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Gabriel looking for strikeout number 2 here, the 0-2 to Goldstein. And he gets him. Second strikeout for Wazinski. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. Now Brady Miller. Miller led off the second. He was hit by a pitch, stole the base, and scored on a sac fly by Nathan Bay. First pitch to Miller, swing and a miss, 0-1. Scarlet Hawks on their third pitcher, Carson Weiss, Austin Schnurr, Gabe Wazinski here in the third inning. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scarlet Hawks looking for a 1-2-3 inning for the first time here this evening. The 1-1. Fastball just missing outside, 2-1. 4 runs on 3 hits and an error for UChicago, 0-2-0 for Illinois Tech. Wazinski, he's set. Comes home with the 2-1 that's grounded to short. Bovee has it. Matt on to first. Gets Miller by a step. Good inning for Gabe Wazinski. 1-2-3, go the Maroons here in the top of the third. Bottom three, John Butka still out there, and he'll face the top of the Scarlet Hawks lineup, Tyler Gutzfeld, and then Michael Paxton, Luke Yaknin, if anybody reaches Lucas Wan. 4-0 Maroons. Butka, couple innings so far, couple of hits. He has a strikeout. Gave up a single to Gutzfeld his first time up. Tyler squares to bunt and gets out of the way on the pitch, down and in, 1-0. I'm going to say he offered at it, 0-1 here on Gutzfeld. Tyler last year in this game, 1 for 3. He walked 3 times, drove in 3 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike on the junior. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Gutzfeld. Fastball missing up and away. Gutzfeld, the junior from Simsbury, Connecticut. We'll look at a 2-2 pitch here from Butka. Stays outside. Count goes full. Tyler 0 for 4 with a couple of Ks in that 10-4 loss earlier this season against the Maroons. Going to get on base for a second time here tonight. And he will. Close pitch call to ball, but Gutzfeld will draw a leadoff walk here in the 3rd inning. First walk issued by Butka. That'll bring up Paxton. First time up, Paxton hit the ball about 15 feet to the right of the 400 mark out in center field, but Richard Liu was there to make the catch. Strike 1 to Pax. Butka checks on Gutzfeld over at first. The 0-1 offering is away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Butka into his 3rd inning of relief. Grounded to second, tailor-made double play ball. Miller to Goldstein to Wiesner, and Michael Paxton grounds into the 4-6-3 double play. That'll erase Gutzfeld. There's 2 outs, nobody on now for Luke Yaknin. Luke singled to center his first time up. A ground ball under the diving glove of Jack Goldstein. Butka, quick worker. Hits the ball, gets the sign, and goes. One-0 chopped up the third base line. Foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Yaknin. Butka up to 44 pitches now for the Maroons. Pitch 45 is slider down and away, 2-1. Lucas Wan in the on-deck circle. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2 here on Yaknin. Butka 1 strikeout, 1 walk so far. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. Payoff pitch is hitting the air to left center field. Racing over for it is Liu. He won't get there. And Yaknin has himself his 2nd hit of the game. A 2-hit game for Luke. 1-out base runner, 2-out base runner here for the Scarlet Hawks, and that'll bring up Lucas Wan. Lucas dropped the bunt down his last time up. He was thrown out 1-3. Moved both base runners up, but they were stranded. Gutzfeld and Yaknin at 3rd and 2nd, respectively. Wan to the left and out of play. We're at right field, home of the White Sox. The South Side Showdown. University of Chicago and Illinois Tech. The ball's 1 strike, 2 outs here, bottom 3. But got a 1. Hit down the left field line, racing over for it is Gladden. He's in the corner, but that's just foul. 1 missed a home run by about 8 feet there. That ball did not miss that foul pole by much down the left field line. It's 0-2. 330 down the left field line here at right field. 335 down the right field line. 400 to straightaway center. It's 0-2 on 1. Throw back over to first. Yaknin belly flops in. The ball's 2 strikes. There goes Yaknin. The ball's grounded to third. Underneath the glove of Nathan Bay. Into left field. Yaknin will hold at second. Probably a play Bay should have had, but ruled a hit. 2 on, 2 outs now for Philip Bentz. Bentz came up with 2 on and 2 outs in the first. Grounded out, coming up with 2 on, 2 outs here in the third. He's got Yaknin at second, Juan at first. Bit of a 2-out rally for the Scarlet Hawks here in the third inning. But got a Bentz. Strike 1. There's right-handed action now in the Maroons bullpen as well. Maroons are the away teams. Their bullpen's down in right field. Bentz down the right field line. That'll end up off the screen, and 0-2 on Bentz. Bentz didn't play in last year's game. Grounds it up the middle. Played by Goldstein. Turns, fires, and safe at first. The throw to the plate. Not in time. Yaknin scores. Wills falls on him. Yaknin says he's okay. Into third goes Juan. It's an RBI single for Philip Bentz. Aggressive base running by the Scarlet Hawks here, and it pays off as they get on the board. It's 4-1. Bentz up the middle, running hard out of the box, beats the throw. Yaknin didn't stop at all, rounded third with a head at steam. He scored the high throw. Wills ended up falling on Luke at home plate. He immediately gave the thumbs up, though. Juan moves over to third. So first and third, 2 outs, a run in here for Illinois Tech. Now it's Matt Bovey. Matt popped out to left last inning. Butkin now up to 55 pitches here in the third. 5 hits for the Scarlet Hawks. All singles, but this inning, if it wasn't for that ground ball double play that Paxton hit into, this could be a big inning for Illinois Tech. 2-out rally, though. 3 straight singles. 2-0 to Bovey. Breaking ball dropped over for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Timmy Old in the on-deck circle. Bovey fouls it. Played with the bare hand by Mason Kim, standing on the top step. Mason in the hole, as they say. See if he gets a chance to hit here in the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Butka to Bovey, and he gets Matt swinging. Illinois Tech strands a couple of runners again, but they pick up a run on 3 hits. They do strand 2. 3 full in the books. Scarlet Hawks down 4-1. Fourth pitcher of the evening for Illinois Tech is the righty out of Franklin Park, Illinois, Zach Dempsey. Zach, the 6'1", 200-pound senior, is making his debut here tonight for Illinois Tech. Hasn't pitched yet this season. Gets an opportunity here as a senior to pitch on right field, and he'll face Matthew Wills, Richard Liu, and then the top of the UChicago lineup. Wills grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Breaking ball dropped in, called a strike 0-1.
Elena Esparcia Kenyatta and Julia Italiana. That was, you guys, I think it was a...
The 0-1 pitch here to Wills. Golfed out to left center field. Back is Gutsfeld, and Tyler makes the catch right in front of the track. So one out here in the fourth. That's 5 in a row retired by Illinois Tech pitching. Now Richard Liu. Liu walked, stole a base, and scored back in the second. Pinch hitter in the on-deck circle here for UChicago. That looks like Will Gladden getting ready to hit. The freshman from River Forest. To first base, Paxton will toss it to Dempsey, who will step on the bag. So 2 quick outs retired by Dempsey, and now it'll be Will Gladden stepping in. Josh Payton was a pinch hitter in the second, went 1 for 1 with a single. Gladden this year 2 for 5 at the plates. Freshman out of River Forest, 6'1", 185 pounds. Will dig in against Zach Dempsey, who's gone 2 up, 2 down here quickly in the fourth. First pitch to Gladden. Misses low, ball 1. 4-1 Maroons here, top 4. Scarlet Hawks picked up a run on 3 hits last inning off of John Butka. The 1-0. Missing a little low, 2-0. Dempsey with a deep breath. The 2-0 pitch. Missing outside, 3-0. Nathan Bay due to hit next, and he is in the on-deck circle. Tells me he will probably bat. The 3-0 from Dempsey. Ball 4, so Gladden draws a 2-out walk here in the fourth inning. His first walk, the 4th issued by Illinois Tech pitching here, and now Nathan Bay. Bay without an official at bat so far today. He walked and scored in the first, hit a sac fly to center in the second. Breaking ball over for a strike. 0-1 on Bay. Nathan, the freshman from Los Gatos, California. I believe Gato is cat. It's the Cats, California is where he's from. That's my very limited Spanish. The 0-1. The 0-1 hits Bay in the back. So he will head down to first base. I'll bring up Michael Gladden with 2 on and 2 outs now. And get a mound visit here. Here comes Ziefert, and it looks like we'll have a pitching change. So Zach Dempsey comes on, retires the first 2 batters he faces, then walks a batter, hits a batter. And that'll do it for the senior, who gets to make an appearance on right field. We'll have another pitching substitution here in the fourth. Pitcher number 5 for the Scarlet Hawks is the sophomore from Burbank, Haron Abuelhia. 5'9", 175-pound righty is making appearance number 3 out of the Illinois Tech bullpen this season. He's made a start. He's pitched 3 innings on the year. He's given up 3 runs. He's struck out a couple of batters, and he'll come on with 2 on and 2 out in the 4th inning of a 4-1 game. 4 runs on 3 hits, 4 and an error for UChicago. A run on 5 for the Scarlet Hawks. Abuelhia, one more pitch here, and we're ready to go. So it'll be Mike Gladden, who's 1 for 1 with a single, a stolen base, a walk, and a run scored. And there is nobody in the on-deck circle, so who knows who's hitting next for UChicago. Just as I say that, Max Wiesner comes out of the dugout. First pitch from Abuelhia is turned and hooked down the left field line. If it stays fair, that's a problem. It's a 3-run homer for Mike Gladden just inside the left field foul pole. Gladden takes Abuelhia deep on the first pitch he sees. Home run number 4 of the season for Gladden, and it's 7-1 Maroons. That high fly ball down the left field line. Gladden was able to turn on it. He hooks it and picks up the home run, his 4th of the season. So the line on Zach Dempsey, 2/3 of an inning. Gave up no hits, a couple of runs. He walked 1, didn't strike anybody out. Started with Carson Weiss, went an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 1. Then Austin Schnurr faced 3 batters, walked 1, gave up a couple of runs. Gabe Kotwazinski, an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, 2 Ks. Dempsey and now Abuelhia. One here on Max Wiesner, is 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Just inside, foul pole down the left field line. 3-run homer for Gladden. Ball away, 2-1. (7-1) University of Chicago now in the top of the 4th. Down and in, 3-1. Abuelhia with the 3-1. High fastball that Wiesner fouls straight back. Count goes full, 3-2. Haron Abuelhia with the payoff pitch. Down and away. Wiesner draws a walk. He'll trot down to first now with 2 outs for Jackson Slipok. Slipok 1 for 2 today, had a 2-run single in the first. He popped out to Michael Paxton in the 3rd. A lot of base runners for University of Chicago here through 3 2/3 innings. 4 hits, 5 walks, a hit batter. 1 ball, no strikes. It's grounded to short. Bovey. Hard throw to first. Gets Slipok by a couple of steps. That'll do it for the Maroons here in the 4th. But a 3-run homer by Michael Gladden has given his team a 7-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. So John Butka's day is done after 3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. He walked 1, he struck out 2, and he will turn it over here in the 4th to the freshman out of Chicago, Matthew Rickert. Rickert, no record on the year. This is his 10th appearance. He's made 1 start, has an ERA sub 4, 3.86 on the year for Rickert. 9 1/3 innings, only 3 hits allowed for Rickert. Opponents are hitting 107 against the righty, but suffers from the walk. He's walked 9 in 9 1/3 innings, but 13 strikeouts has allowed him to wriggle out of some of those jams. And he'll face Timmy Old, Mason Kim, and Alec Weidman are the 3 scheduled hitters here in the 4th. Illinois Tech down 6. Rickert, the first pitch to Old, is fouled back by Timmy, 0-1. Old struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. (7-1) UChicago with the lead. 23-11 on the season, or the 25th ranked University of Chicago, ranked for the first time in program history. A couple of weeks ago, they were up at 21 before losing 3 out of 4 to Case Western, but they've stayed at 25 for the last couple of weeks. Split a 4-game series down at Emory last weekend. It's 1-2 here on Old. Rickert ready. He kicks and fires. Breaking ball. Old jam shot. Right there is the second baseman, Brady Miller, playing behind the second base bag. 1 out here in the 4th. Now Mason Kim. Mason reached on an E6 his first time up. First pitch to Mason. Stays high, 1-0. Mason is coming to pitch 6 times as well this season. Two balls, no strikes on Kim. Rickert fires the fastball in at the knees, 2-1. Pretty nice night for baseball. The wind is still blowing out, but it was mid-50s at first pitch. Mason fouls it out of play. 2-2. This is about as warm a game as I think either of these two teams have played this year. 55 degrees at first pitch. The 2-2. Kim belts it out to right center field. Richard Liu is on the track, and he makes the catch. Short of the wall. Mason gave it a ride out to right center field, but Liu tracked it down for the second out of the inning. Now Alec Weidman. Weidman's another guy who's come off the mound. He's appeared in 5 games this season, has 5 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings. He gets the start at second base here tonight. First pitch fastball up and in. So Kim gave that one a ride. Illinois Tech has hit a couple of balls out to the center field wall today, but only 5 singles so far. Goes over the head of Weidman and right back to us. One ball, no strikes here on Alec Weidman. This one in the dirt, and this goes to the right side. Weidman, the senior out of Omaha, Nebraska. The aerospace engineer digs in on a 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. It's 3-1. Scoreboard says 2-2. It is 3-1 here on Weidman. With 2 outs in the 4th. Weidman turns and hooks it to left, but Gladden is there, makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Scarlet Hawks here in the 4th. Rickert sets them down in order. 5th inning coming up here at Wright Field. Pitcher number 6 for Illinois Tech here in the 5th inning. This is the righty Alex Lazis. Alex 0-2 on the year. Has 7 strikeouts in 8 2/3 innings. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here in the 5th inning. So Jack Goldstein will come out. Jack went 0-2, and Jack Sharp will get a chance to bat here.
University of Chicago pinch hitting for Jack Goldstein. Number 2, Jack Sharp.
Sharp, 308 hitter on the season, 3 home runs, 29 RBIs. The normal everyday shortstop for the Maroons. Jack Goldstein gets the start. Now it's Jack Sharp against Alex Lazis. Alex, senior out of Arlington Heights. The 0-1. Chopped slowly to third. Kim charged. The low pick, the throw. Nice play over there by Mason Kim to retire Jack Sharp for the first out here in the 5th inning. Kim had to charge that, play it on a low hop, and showed off that pitcher's arm, throwing out Sharp. Now Brady Miller. Miller 0-1 today. Was hit by a pitch and scored back in the 2nd inning. First pitch misses away for a ball. Fastball away, 2-0.
31. Looks like they get another punch for the catcher. Rinden.
Eric Ridner in the on-deck circle for UChicago. So it looks like some of their starters coming in midway through the game here. We saw Jack Sharp. And now Eric Ridner in the on-deck circle for Matthew Wills. It's 3-0 here on Miller. Fastball line to left. That'll drop in front of Yachnin for a base hit for Brady Miller. So it will be Eric Ridner here.
Pinch hitting for the Maroons. Pinch hitting for number 16, Matthew Wills. Number 31,
Eric Ridner, starting catcher for the Maroons. A .328 batting average for Eric. Couple of home runs, 31 knocked in. The runner takes off, and Miller is into second base safely with his 2nd stolen base of the evening, his 14th of the year. And the Maroons have a runner in scoring position here in the 5th. Ridner, 125 at-bats this season, only 8 strikeouts. The definition of a contact bat, third base line, foul. Alex Lazis on the mound. He's the 6th pitcher of the evening for the Scarlet Hawks. Breaking ball on the inside corner called to strike. Eric takes a look at the home plate umpire, who, by the way, is Scott Titrington. Your base umpire is Michael McGloon here this evening. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the 5th. Lazis to Ridner. Breaking ball hits Eric on that front elbow. Oh, they're going to call him out. They're going to say he didn't move out of the way. Didn't make an attempt to get out of the way, so he's going to be called out on, I think it just goes into the books as batter interference. They're actually saying that he leaned into the baseball is what the home plate umpire is suggesting here. So Ridner's out on batter interference. Kevin Tyrell, the head coach, came out to talk to Mr. Titrington. Didn't get an answer he wanted, but at any rate, Ridner's out on batter interference. See if Lazis can use that to his advantage, retire Lou, and get out of the inning scoreless here in the 5th. The 0-1 to Lou. Richard to third. Kim, it eats him up a little bit, but he'll be able to keep it in front of him. And moving to third is Miller. Lou reaches on a base hit. So runners at the corners now. And we'll have another pinch hitter in this leadoff spot. This is Ben Liebel. It's the first time I've seen Ben as a hitter. I've seen him 2 or 3 times this year as a pitcher for the Maroons. He's 0 for 1 at the plate this year, but on the mound, 29 strikeouts in 21 innings this season for Liebel. That's where he's made his mark, but get an opportunity as a pinch hitter here in the 5th with 2 on and 2 outs. And Miller at third, Lou at first. Swing and a miss at the first pitch from Ben, 0-1. Liebel, the freshman from Cincinnati. He's listed as a pitcher and a third baseman, but this is my first chance to see him take some cuts. 0-1. Missing low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nathan Bay due to hit next. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in the 5th. Lazis, fastball misses a little low, 2-1. Getting a mound visit here. Not from Ed Ziefert. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top 5. Alex Lazis is pitcher number 6 for Illinois Tech here in the 5th inning. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the 5th. Ben Liebel, the pinch hitter, has got runners at the corners. Fastball over at the knees. Good pitch from Alex. That was on the inside corner at the knees. Counts 2-2. Lazis trying to strand a couple of runners here in the 5th. He'll come home with the 2-2. Fastball misses low, 3-2. So Lou will take off with this 3-2 pitch. Miller's the runner over at third. Lazis takes a peek at Lou. The high set, the payoff pitch. Ball 4. So that leadoff spot for University of Chicago's had 4 different batters. They've been on base 3 times, a single and 2 walks. Now Nathan Bay, who is still, this is his 4th plate appearance, and he still doesn't have an official at bat. He walked and scored a run in the first, hit a sac fly to center in the second, was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. First pitch fastball a little up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Michael Gladden in the on-deck circle. He had a 3-run homer his last time up. Scarlet Hawks would prefer to face him with nobody on. The 1-0. Bay Lazis, Alex with the backhand play. Flips it to first, and he does retire Bay. And the Maroons leave him loaded here in the 5th. No runs, a couple of hits. 3 left on, halfway home here at right field. Scarlet Hawks down 7-1. Bottom 5 here at the home of the White Sox. Illinois Tech down 7-1. Matthew Rickert out there for his second inning of relief. He set 7, 8, 9 down in order in the 4th. He'll face Gutsfeld, Paxton, and Yaknin here in the 5th. Guts 1 for 1 today. Singled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. He was erased on a double play his last time up. Ball 1 low. Guts into the hole on the right side, fielded there by Miller, and the throw to first gets Gutsfeld by a step. One away here in the 5th. Now Paxton. Michael 0 for 2 today. Flew out to the warning track in the 1st, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. University of Chicago scored 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th. Illinois Tech with a run in the 3rd. Strike 1 to the Illinois Tech first baseman. The 0-1 home. Paxton turns and crushes it to deep left center field. Forget about this one. It is gone. Michael Paxton for a second straight year homers at right field, his 5th bomb of the season. And Illinois Tech gets a little bit closer. It's 7-2.
That's also his 200th hit of his career.
Also, the being told hit number 200 of the career of Michael Paxton. I love real-time stat updates like that. That is perfect. So Pax with his 200th hit, his 5th home run, and the Scarlet Hawks are within 5. It's 7-2. Paxton jumped all over the fastball and drilled it to left center field. Now Yaknin pops it up on the right side. Wiesner squeezes the mitts. 2 outs. Luke was 2 for 2 before that pop out. And now Lucas Wan. Paxton hit that ball on such a line, I had to make sure it was going to clear the wall. That ball probably didn't get more than about 25 or 30 feet off the ground, but it did end up in those bleachers out there in left center field. So congratulations to Michael. Hit number 200 of his career. Home run number 5 of the season. And it's 1-0 here on Juan. Fastball upstairs. Lucas 1 for 1 today. Had a sack bunt in the 1st. Singled in the 3rd. A 2-0. On the inside corner at the knees. Called a strike. 2-1 on Juan. Rickert home. Fouled straight back by Lucas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 5th. Rickert set. Delivers. New pitcher for the Scarlet Hawks. As we go to the 6th is the righty Ethan Henry. Ethan's making his 9th appearance out of the bullpen for Ed Ziefert. He's 1-0, an ERA of 5.5, 16 1/3 innings for Ethan. He has 12 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .266 off of the senior from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. I believe that's a suburb of Detroit. He'll come out with his team down 7-2 here, and the 3 scheduled hitters are Michael Gladden, Max Wiesner, Jackson Slipak, 3-4-5 for the University of Chicago here in the 6th inning. 7 runs on 6 hits for the Maroons and an error. 2 runs on 6 hits for Illinois Tech. Each team's hit a home run, including this guy right here. His last time up, hit a ball just inside the foul pole down the left field line. It was a 3-run shot with 2 outs in the inning. That ball doesn't leave the park. This game's a whole lot more interesting here in the 6th, but it's 7-2. First pitch from Henry to Gladden misses away. Gladden so far in a game and a half against Illinois Tech this year, 5 for 7 with a home run and 8 runs knocked in, and he gets that one up and in. A little chin music here to Gladden, who's feasted so far this season on Scarlet Hawk pitching. He's 2 for 2 today with that home run, 3 runs knocked in, a couple of runs scored. Leading off in the 6th, looking at a 2-0 count from Ethan Henry. Chopped in front of the plate, swinging bunt. That ball is going to sit right on the foul line. And Gladden couldn't have rolled that ball up the third base line any better. When things are going your way, they're going your way. Gladden picks up the infield single on the swinging bunt. And he'll reach first base leading off the 6th. Now it's Max Wiesner. Wiesner 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. He walked his last time up. First pitch fastball pumped in over. Strike 1 here to Wiesner. Struck out swinging in the 1st, struck out looking in the 2nd, and then walked in the 4th. Throw over, Gladden back in safely. Gladden stole his 16th base of the season back in the 1st inning. He's 16 for 16 in that category. 0-1, the high fastball. Wiesner underneath it, 0-2. Ethan with 12 strikeouts in 16 innings this season. His biggest issue has been the control. He's walked 14. Opponent's hitting just .260 off him, so he keeps the ball over the plate. He has some success. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the 6th. Henry with the 0-2. The runner goes. It's hit to short. Bovee tries to pick it. He can on the short hop. And into third goes Gladden. A sort of modified hit and run there. You don't normally see that ground ball to the left side on that hit and run, but Wiesner now 1 for 3, and University of Chicago threatens here in the 6th with runners at the corners and nobody out for Jackson Slipak. Slipak 1 for 3, a 2-run single in the 1st, popped out, grounded out. Wiesner's one of the few Maroons who doesn't run, hasn't stolen a base this season. Another mound visit here. Ethan Henry has come on face to bunt single and then a ground ball through the left side. So neither ball hit particularly hard, but both of them find green grass, and both of them in the box score look like line drives. 7-2 Maroons here in the 6th. Henry's first pitch to Slipok is dropped over for a strike. 0-1. Looks like there's some action getting loose down in the University of Chicago bullpen. There's double-barreled action over in the Illinois Tech bullpen. We're in the 6th inning. Meeting 120 between these two schools, separated by just a couple miles. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's hit to short. Bovee not able to make the diving stop, and Jackson Slipok has his 3rd RBI of the game as he lines a base hit into left field. In from 3rd comes Gladden. Wiesner will move to 2nd, and it's 8-2. Now Jack Sharp. Sharp 0 for 1. He grounded to Mason Kim in his only at-bat so far. He came in as a pinch hitter for Jack Goldstein last inning. Jack Goldstein was 0 for 2. Jack Sharp now 0 for 1 as 2 on, nobody out in the 6th. Sharp gets a piece of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brady Miller in the on-deck circle. Eight runs now on 9 hits for the University of Chicago. That's hit pretty well down the right field line. Timmy Old has a long run. He won't get there. That'll bounce off the net down the right field line, 1-2. So Sharp gave it a ride, but hooked foul. 3 home runs this season for Jack. Has 29 knocked in. That's tied for 4th on this Maroons team. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, 2 on here in the 6th inning. Maroons threaten to extend this lead. Sharp to short. Bovee goes to Weedman. Weedman no play over at first, so Sharp will reach on the fielder's choice. Wiesner moves to 3rd. And University of Chicago now with runners at the corners with 1 out. I'll bring up Brady Miller, who's 1 for 2. Miller singled, stole a base his last time up. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd inning. RBI chance here with Wiesner at 3rd and 1 out. Breaking ball missing a little low. 1-0. Ethan Henry facing his 5th batter of the inning. He gave up singles to the first 3. Jack Sharp grounded into a fielder's choice, and now he faces Brady Miller, and he's behind 2-0. That's hit to 3rd. Kim, the low scoop, the throw to 2nd, on to 1st, not in time. So Brady Miller will reach on a fielder's choice. He'll drive in a run. Wiesner will score. And it's 9-2. For Miller, that's RBI 15 on the season. So he's at first now with 2 outs for Eric Ridner. Eric interference his last time up. He was hit by a pitch, and home plate umpire Scott Titrington said that he didn't get out of the way of the ball as that ball gets away from Michael Paxton down at first. Miller will go to 2nd on the E1. It's the first error of the game for the Scarlet Hawks. Moves a runner into scoring position. Home plate umpire said that Ridner leaned into the baseball and called him out. Matthew Wills got the start for the University of Chicago. He went 0 for 2. First pitch to Ridner's dropped in for a strike, 0-1. The ball's 1 strike. That's popped straight back over our head. Always got to make sure it doesn't bounce back and get you in the back of the head when you're not looking. That secondary bounce is the one that'll get you here at right field, as if it hits the luxury boxes or the concourse behind us. It's 0-2 here on Ridner. 0-2. That takes an extra look back at home plate umpire Scott Titrington to base this time, and he is. And he will reach first base. 2 on, 2 outs now for Richard Liu. I saw Richard walking towards home plate with a bit of a smile on his face, and I think we're going to have another pitching change here. Head coach Ed Ziefert making that slow walk out to the mound. We will have another pitching change here with 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Not a bad play.
Jackson Nutter, pitcher number 8 of the evening for Illinois Tech. Jackson's making his 5th appearance of the season. He's got 4 strikeouts and 5 innings of work. And he'll face Richard Liu here with 2 on and 2 outs. Fastball up and in. Got another pinch hitter out of that leadoff spot for the University of Chicago. It's Jackson Berner, the freshman, standing in the on-deck circle. 2-0 here to Liu. Richards reached base twice, a single and a walk. He scored a run in the 2nd. 3 hits in the inning. A couple of runs in for the University of Chicago. Jackson, the junior from Aurora, Colorado, will come home with the 2-1. Hit sharply to short. Bovee, the low play. The throw, he has no play, so Nutter will beat it out, or excuse me, Lou will beat it out on the E6. I'm going to load the bases here with 2 outs. And as I mentioned, another pinch hitter out of that number 1 spot, Jackson Burner. Burner, freshman out of Glenview. This is his second at-bat of the season.
There's not? You should be able to add him.
He'll come up with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Batter number 8 here in the 6th. Fastball from Nutter misses away, ball 1. So second error of the game on Illinois Tech, both in this inning, both in the last 3 batters. Throwing error by the pitcher, Ethan Henry, and then an E6 there on Bovee. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a fastball that misses just inside, 2-0. Nathan Bay due up next. 2-0. Nutter delivers a curveball on the inside corner for a strike. 2-1. 2-1 here on Burner. Nutter trying to wriggle out of this bases loaded jam in the 6th. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Juan, but the count goes to 3-1. Nutter's got nowhere to put Burner. Maroons have Miller at 3rd, Ridner at 2nd, Lou at 1st. Three balls, 1 strike. Nutter comes home, ball 4. So Jackson Burner will draw a bases-loaded walk, and that leadoff spot continues to produce for the University of Chicago. They've had 5 different batters bat in that spot. They've reached 4 times with a single and 3 walks. So the bases are loaded, and Ziefert making his way back out to the mound. Is that going to be it for Nutter? It will be. So Jackson comes on, faces 2 batters, and pitcher number 9 out of the Illinois Tech bullpen on the other side. Phil Trojanowski is pitcher number 9 for the Scarlet Hawks here in the 6th inning. This is appearance number 9 for Phil. He's made a couple of starts. 11 strikeouts in 14 innings for the sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. And he'll face Nathan Bay, who's the 9th man to hit here in the inning. Bay 0 for 2. So walk, a sac fly, a hit by pitch. Last time up, he grounded out to the pitcher to end the 5th. He's the 9th man to hit here in the inning. Tops this one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-run 6th. And it's 10-2. University of Chicago. Scarlet Hawks 6th inning will be Bentz, Bovey, and Old. That's 5, 6, 7. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball misses a little up, a little away to Bay. 2-1. So this inning, it's been Ethan Henry, Jackson Nutter, and now Phil Trojanowski. 2 balls, 1 strike to Bay. Ooh, and Trojanowski falls off the mound, and that's going to be a balk. So the runner will score. Lou will go to third. And Burner will go down to second. Trojanowski just tripped as he was trying to deliver the pitch. Ball in, 3-1. So all 4 of those runs charged to Ethan Henry. Popped up on the infield. Weidman calls everybody off, makes the catch, and retires the. New pitcher for the Maroons here in the 6th inning is the right-hander Charlie Hahn. Charlie making his 12th appearance out of the Maroons bullpen. He's 0-1 on the year, a 3.86 earned run average. 9 1/3 innings for Charlie. 5 hits, 4 walks. He has struck out 10 in those 9 1/3, and he'll face 5, 6, 7 for Illinois Tech here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This is Philip Bentz leading things off. Bentz 1 for 2 with an RBI single. First pitch is a strike to Bentz, 0-1. Swings over the top of it, 0-2 now. 11 runs on 9 hits and an error for the Maroons, 2, 6, and 2 for the Scarlet Hawks. 0-2, Bentz holds up. The pitch just misses. 2-2. Fastball gets Bentz tied up. The ball gets away, but he's tagged out for the first out here in the 6th inning. It's John Butka for 3. He gave up a run and 5 singles. Then Matthew Rickert for 2. He gave up a run on a solo home run to Michael Paxton. And now Charlie Hahn. Here's Matt Bovey. Matt's 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. Swings the first pitch, and Bovey has himself a 1-out base hit as he drives it through the left side. Nathan Bay not able to come up with it on the dive. So a one-out single for Bovey now. Timmy Old, the right fielder.
Number 11, Timmy Old.
First pitch dropped over. Like a slider there from Hahn. 0-1 on Old. Hahn checks the runner. Bovey fakes a couple of steps towards second, then goes back, and Old is quickly in an 0-2 hole. Ball away, Ridner jumps up, but Bovey's back in. It's 1-2 here on Old. Hahn on the inside corner, called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Hahn. Second strikeout of the game for Timmy Old. 2 outs in the 6th for Mason Kim.
Third baseman, number 15, Mason Kim.
Kim 0 for 2. He reached on an error and flew out to right so far. There goes Bovey. The throw is not in time, and Bovey will pick up a stolen base, get himself in a scoring position here in the 6th inning. For Matt, that's stolen base number 11 on the season. 11 for 12. And it's 1-0 on Kim. It's going to take off for third. The throw to third, and Bovey trying to get something done with his legs here. Stolen bases 11 and 12 on consecutive pitches. He's now at third base with a 2-0 count on Kim.
Just hit refresh. You may have to go back and put in his count, which is 2-0. Make sure the
2-0 to Kim. Back up the middle. Sliding play by Sharp. The throw. Not in time. It's an RBI single for Mason Kim, and Matt Bovey getting it done with his legs, gets himself into scoring position, and Mason Kim picks up an infield single, bringing home Matt Bovey, and it's 11-3 now. For Mason, that's his first RBI of the season. He's at first base with 2 outs for Alec Weidman. Chops it over by Tyler Gutsfeld. Guts makes the backhanded play with his right hand in the on-deck circle.
stolen bases, it causes the thing to just, I don't know what happened.
No balls, 1 strike here on Weidman. Last time up, Alex flew out to medium depth left field, 1-1.
It's always with something.
Here against the Scarlet Hawks second baseman. Fastball to the backstop. Kim will go down to second on the very wild pitch. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Kim in scoring position now. Hahn to Weidman. Weidman golfs it out to center. Richard Liu races back, and he makes the catch over his shoulder. And that'll do it for Illinois Tech here in the 6th. They score a run on a couple of hits. 6 full in the books, 11-3 Maroons. To catch Phil Trojanowski. And Phil will face Gladden, Wiesner, Slipach, 3-4-5 for the Maroons here in the 7th. It's been a good game for Gladden, 3 for 3. A home run, 3 runs driven in. He scored 3 times. He is 6 for 8 with a home run and 8 driven in 2 games against Illinois Tech pitching this season. Led off the 6th with an infield, a swinging bunt, an infield single. Pops this up to shallow right. Timmy Old races in. And to make the catch. Scarlet Hawks finally retire Gladden. The first out here in the 7th. Now Max Wiesner, the first baseman. Wiesner 1 for 3. He singled to left last inning. He's also walked and struck out a couple of times. His team's up 11-3 here, top 7. First pitch fastball in, called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Trojanowski to the backstop. Phil has retired 2 of the 3 batters he's faced so far. He walked to the other one. One. That's hit down the right field line. That'll be trouble. Wiesner will make the turn at first. Old with the throw into second, and Max Wiesner has a double down the right field line. 1 out base runner here for the Maroons.
Right fielder number 21, Jackson Slipok.
Now Jackson Slipok, a couple of singles, 3 runs driven in. Had a 2-run single in the first that went off the glove of Michael Paxton into right field, and then last time singled to left. First pitch fastball in at the knees. 0-1 here on Jackson. Carson Weiss, Austin Schnurr, Gabe Wazinski, Zach Dempsey, Haran Abwelhia, Alex Lazis, Ethan Henry, Jackson Nutter, Phil Trojanowski. Those are your 9 pitchers for Illinois Tech here tonight. Those are your 9 pitchers for Illinois Tech here tonight. This is lofted pretty well out to right center field, but Timmy Old makes the running catch out. Wiesner will tag and cruise into third base. Sack fly to right for Slipok. 2 outs, runner at third now for Jack Sharp. Jack's been up twice. He's grounded out twice. Jack Goldstein got the start at short. He went 0 for 2, and now Sharp took over in the 5th. This is his 3rd plate appearance here in the 7th inning. Fastball missing away. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th. The University of Chicago, Illinois Tech with single runs in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th. Sharp swings through the belt-high fastball, 1-1. One ball, one strike. One strike. Breaking ball over for a strike. 1-2 now. Fourth pitcher of the evening for the University of Chicago is the right-hander Mike Sosna. The freshman from Chicago is making appearance number 9 of the season. No record, an ERA of 4. And he'll face the top of the order here for the Scarlet Hawks. Gutsfeld, Paxton, Yaknin in the 7th with Illinois Tech down 11-3. Here's Gutsfeld, rather. Tyler 1 for 2 with a single and a walk so far today. Rolled the second his last time up. Sosna, fastball at the knees, throws hard. 7 strikeouts and 3 walks in 6 2/3. 3 walks and 7 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings. Missing down, and now Sosna for the University of Chicago. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here to bottom 7. Sosna to Gutsfeld. And Tyler swings at a fastball at his eyes. He's down on strikes. 1 away here in the 7th. The 5th strikeout of the evening for University of Chicago pitching. Now Michael Paxton, who hit a home run to left center field his last time up. His 5th home run of the season. The 200th hit of his Illinois Tech career. Should also point out there's a new catcher in the game for the University of Chicago, and Paxton's hit on the backside on the first pitch he sees here in the 7th, so he'll go down to first. Eddie McCarthy is the 3rd catcher of the day for the Maroons. Now Luke Yaknin. Lucas 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles. Last time up, he grounded out to the first baseman. Fouls the first pitch at the plate, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away, bottom 7. Illinois Tech is down by 8. Pitch at the knees, called a strike on Yaknin. 0-2 here on Luke. It'll be Yaknin and then Tom Kramer in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 to Yaknin misses a little low. One ball, 2 strikes. Paxton at first. Sosna is ready. Comes home with the 1-2. That's low for a ball, 2-2. Yaknin down on strikes. Ball pops out of the mitts of McCarthy, but that's the 2nd strikeout of the inning for Sosna. 2 away in the 7th for Tom Kramer. This is Tom's first at bat of the game. He's 2 for 10 at the plate this season. Got Paxton at first with 2 outs. First pitch misses away, ball 1. Sosna ready. The 1-0. Fastball throws it past Kramer. 1-1 now. Sosna looking to strike out the side. A couple of Ks sandwiched around a hit batter. Lucas Juan was 1 for 3 today. Had a single back in the 3rd. 1-1 now to Kramer. In the dirt, 2-1. Sosna is ready now. The high set, the pitch, the runner goes, and Paxton will pick himself up a stolen base here in the 7th inning. For Pax, that's stolen base number 9. And he's in scoring position now with a 3-1 count on Kramer. Philip Bentz in the on-deck circle. The 3-1 now to Kramer. Paxton with a huge lead. The 3-1 pitch. Golfed foul, 3-2. University of Chicago. The 10th pitcher of the evening for Illinois Tech is the righty Nicholas Carrillo. Nicholas making his 8th appearance of the season. He's made 3 starts. He's got an 0-2 record, 10 strikeouts in 14 innings for Carrillo, and he'll face Brady Miller, the catcher's spot, and Richard Liu here in the 8th. Miller today 1 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Fastball right in there for a strike, 1-1. Carrillo last pitched on Saturday against St. Norbert. Gave up a run and a couple of hits with a strikeout in 1 inning of work. He's got a 1-2 count here. Carrillo deals the 1-2, ties up Miller and gets him swinging 1 away here in the 8th. Back-to-back strikeouts for Illinois Tech pitching here to end the 7th and start the 8th. So a couple of good outings from some of the relievers here for Illinois Tech today. Gabe Kotwazinski pitched an inning and 2/3 scoreless, striking out a pair. Phil Trojanowski an inning and a third of scoreless ball here today. Carrillo strikes out Miller. Here's Eddie McCarthy. McCarthy 17 for 48 this year. That's a .354 batting average. He has 15 runs driven in. And it's 1-1 here. Eddie, the senior from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, is the 3rd catcher of the evening for the Maroons. Hits this sharply back through the box, and McCarthy has a 1-out base hit. I got Eric Ridner out of the game. He had 2 plays. Lou, the number 9 hitter, is 1 for 3 today. Last time up, he reached on an E6. Fastball misses a little high. 1-0 on Lou. He walked, stole a base, and scored in the 2nd. Grounded out in the 4th. Had an infield single in the 5th, and then reached on that error in the 6th inning. 1-0 fastball, sliced foul, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Fastball right in there, 1-2. Ziggy Baraday is standing in the on-deck circle, number 45 for the Maroons. He's in that DH spot, which University of Chicago has had a different batter hitting that spot every time it's come up today. The 1-2 here to Lou. Missing a little low, 2-1. 2-2 rather, excuse me. Eddie McCarthy at first, 1 out in the 8th. Carrillo looks over at McCarthy. The low set from Nicholas. He'll come home with the 2-2. That's golfed to center. Gutsfeld races a little bit to his left, makes the catch. And Lou is retired on the F8. And that will bring up Ziggy Baraday. This is Ziggy's first at-bat of the season. Sophomore out of Tampa. Had one at bat last year. Had a hit and an RBI. Two outs, runner at first. This leadoff spot for the University of Chicago, 1 for 2 today. Been on base 4 times, a single and 3 walks. First pitch to Ziggy is launched out to right center field, but that'll stay in the park. Timmy Old is there, and he'll make the catch to set the side down. So a scoreless inning from Nicholas Carrillo sends us to the bottom of the 8th in an 8-run game. Mike Sosna back out there for his second inning of relief. He struck out the side in the 7th, and he'll face Bentz, Bovey, and Old here in the 8th. It's 11-3. Maroons, they scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th, and this pitching staff has made it hold up. Butka, Rickert, Hahn, now Sosna. Philip Bentz 1 for 3 today with a strikeout. An RBI single back in the 3rd. Ball 1. 11 runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Maroons. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Scarlet Hawks. 1-0 down, 2-0. Chopped up the third base line by Bentz. Or as my broadcast partner David Cooper has called him throughout the year, Philly B. A shout out to David. He did a fantastic job with me this year. I had a lot of fun with him calling games this season. And from what I heard, he did a great job when I wasn't there as well. So kid's got a future in broadcasting if he wants it. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Bentz. Sosna looking for strikeout number 4. 2-2 pitch misses up and away. 3-2. Looks like some right-handed action down in the Illinois Tech bullpen. Payoff pitch. Bentz goes down swinging, gives Sosna 4 Ks in an inning and a third. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Now Bovey, Matt's 1 for 3, but generated a run using his legs last inning, had a single to left. He stole second and third on consecutive pitches, and then Mason Kim drove him in. Hits this out to right field. That'll slice back towards Jackson Slipak, who makes the catch. 2 down in the 8th. And a new hitter in Timmy Old's spot.
Pitch hitting for the right fielder, Timmy Old, number 7.
This is
Xavier Minor.
Xavier Minor pinch hitting. Minor on the season, 3 for 14 at the plate. Minor, the freshman from Chicago. Second baseman Miller has it, retires Minor on the 4-3 putout. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Mike Sosna, who struck out 4 through 2. We go to the 9th. It's 11-3. Defensive changes for Illinois Tech. Josh Minami out in right field, replacing Timmy Old, who was pinch hit for by Xavier Minor. And on the mound, the 11th pitcher of the evening is the lefty Ethan Jensen. Ethan's pitching in his 8th game of the season. 5 innings of work for Ethan, 7 strikeouts for the lefty. Jensen, the senior from Corvallis, Oregon, will get an opportunity here to face Nathan Bay in the 9th. Bay 0 for 2. It's a walk, a sac fly, a hit by pitch. He's grounded out and popped out in his last 2 plate appearances. This ball inside. Two-0. That's rifled in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. It'll be Bay, Gladden, and Wiesner are the 3 scheduled hitters here in the 9th. The 2-1. It's in at the knees, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Jensen with the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be right there. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. I don't think Nathan liked it very much, but called a strike, and that's the first strikeout for Jensen. So the last two pitchers, Phil Trojanowski, Nicholas Carrillo, have each thrown up scoreless frames. Now Jensen trying to do the same thing here in the ninth. It'll be Michael Gladden, who's 3 for 4, hit a 3-run home run down the left field line. That was the big hit of the game. Broke the game open a bit. It was just 4-1 at that point. First pitch on the inside corner. Same pitch he called Bay out on. Called a strike here on Gladden. 0-1. Looking ahead to the Illinois Tech ninth. Scheduled hitters are Kim, Weidman, and Gutzfeld. The 0-1 here to Gladden. It's grounded foul. Quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the ninth. University of Chicago on their way to their 24th victory of the season as Gladden pops out to Bovee at short for the second out here in the ninth. Maroons, with the win today, will improve to 24-11, while the Scarlet Hawks will drop to 10-21 this season. Here's Max Wiesner. Max 2 for 4, a single, a double, a run scored. A couple of Ks. Right-handed action up in the Maroons bullpen. Fastball to the backstop. 1-0 here on Wiesner. Fastball hit the other way. Minami races in, makes the catch at his shoulders. It's a 1-2-3 ninth inning for Ethan Jensen. And the last 3 pitchers have all put up goose eggs for Illinois Tech. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Scarlet Hawks need a bunch. Defensive, I guess a defensive realignment here for the University of Chicago. No changes, but players have moved around the infield. So Eddie McCarthy goes from catcher to first. Max Wiesner was at first. He moves to shortstop. Jack Sharp moves from shortstop to third base, and then Nathan Bay moves from third base to catcher. So they just move around the infield, and there is a new pitcher for the Maroons, for the Maroons here in the bottom of the ninth. This is Grant Tenuta, making his 8th appearance of the season. He is 1-0 on the year, a 5.68 earned run average, 6 1/3 innings. 6 walks, 5 Ks for Tenuta. And he'll face Kim, Weidman, and Gutsfeld. Mason Kim 1 for 3 today with an RBI single. Tenuta, the sophomore from Orland Park, will deliver the 0-1. Kim gets a piece of it, nothing in 2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Kim. Tenuta fires the fastball. Mason gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Did you make those changes in the roster or the field? Roster. Okay.
Nothing in 2. Tenuta to Kim. And he gets him swinging. Broke it off at the plate. 1 away here in the 9th. Now Weidman. Alec Weidman digging in. He's 0 for 3. 3 fly ball outs. 2 to center, 1 to left. First pitch fastball at the knees. 0-1. Tight break on that slider. 0-2 to the number 9 hitter, Alec Weidman. Is in there, strike 3, back-to-back Ks for Tenuta here in the 9th inning. That's 8 strikeouts. The last 10 batters for University of Chicago pitching. And Scarlet Hawks' last hope will be the leadoff hitter, Tyler Gutsfeld. Tyler's 1 for 3 today with a single and a walk. First pitch to Tyler is slashed to the left and out of play. Nothing in 1. Tenuta brings it home. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gutsfeld pops it up. Back for it is Max Wiesner. He'll drift into center field, and he'll make the catch rolling backwards. And that is the way this one will come to an end. Illinois Tech loses. Oh, they're going to say the ball. They're going to say the ball landed. Umpire's going to say that ball landed. It'll be a double for Gutsfeld. Everybody thought that ball was caught. University of Chicago players were coming out of the dugout. So it'll be a double for Gutsfeld. I'll bring up Michael Paxton now. That's what happens when you put your first baseman at shortstop, though. Looked like he got that ball for sure. Must have dropped it when he rolled backwards. First pitch to Paxton misses away. Tenuta's set. The 1-0 to Pax. Breaking ball stays high, 2-0. Paxton takes the fastball inside, 3-0. Luke Yaknin in the on-deck circle. Paxton up 3 balls, no strikes here, bottom 9. The pitch, and Paxton swings 3-0, fouls it to the right and out of play, 3-1. Tenuta trying to end it right here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Daylight play on 3-1. Tenuta checks the runner at second. The 3-1 offering home. Again, fouled off to the right by Paxton. Counts full now at 3-2. The payoff pitch from Tenuta here in the bottom of the 9th. Got him swinging, and now the ball game is over. Tenuta strikes out the side, gives up a hit, but the 120th game between these two teams goes to the University of Chicago. They win 11-3. 11 runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Maroons. 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Illinois Tech. The winning pitcher is Matthew Rickard. He picks up his first win of the season. The loss goes to Carson Weiss. He drops to 1-4. The game takes 2 hours and 53 minutes to play. And the Maroons improve to 24-11 on the season, while the Scarlet Hawks drop to 10-21. So that's going to do it here on the South Side Showdown from Rate Field. Illinois Tech drops this one 11-3. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.